Hey, how's it going? So I don't know, it might help some people starting out, that one of the most important things in RC is that you're going to need a battery to power your vehicle. And nowadays the norm is Lipo or Lipo batteries. Um, and I actually made a video earlier, and then I totally forgot to leave the part about safety. And so I figured I'm gonna do a little disclaimer here. Lipo, Lipo or Lipo lithium polymer batteries, right? I have a little cue card somewhere if I can find it. Lithium polymer, lithium polymer, or Lipo battery. Um, Commonly used, they're higher powered, but they also come at a high risk. I mean, I don't want to freak you out, but these batteries, I don't know if you can see it, this is a 4S battery. It has 4 cells inside of it. Those 4 cells all work together to make a voltage of 14.8 volts. So each one of those cells charges up to 4.2 volts, and then if you add that all up, it's 16.8, which is the like a charged 4S battery is 16.8 volts. When it's at its lowest, like nominal voltage, the lowest, one of the lowest voltages, it should be at 14.8. Anyway, I think I got off track already, but they are to be used with caution. I actually totally redid my little workbench here because I was thinking, wow, I have a lot of batteries and that could be a big problem. I mean, I have it set up so it's all on fireproof stuff. I mean, this is actually fire rated plywood. And yeah, I'll show you my little setup. It might give you an idea of what you should do to safeguard yourself. There's some stupid little things you can do. Some people leave it in their fireplaces, some people leave it on the concrete. Basically, you just want to have these in a metal or a fireproof container. You want to, when you're traveling with them, you want to get a lipo bag. It's like a fire safe bag, or you get a metal box. You can get those bullet boxes, are great. There's all kind of options for a fireproof solution for putting batteries in. My favorite is just a metal box, because it's a metal box, it's not gonna light on fire. But I mean, there's horror stories of people's houses burning down, or their cars lighting on fire from charging a vape, or all kind of crazy things. So yeah, you just want to be safe. You want to be safe with these things. They got a lot of juice in them, and I mean, really, if you puncture one of these, it could just ignite. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean, in essence, they're a volatile power source, but I mean, they're pretty safe if you use them with some common sense. There's some little things you can do. I got my little battery caps over here. I don't know if you can see them. They actually say full on them, but I mean, there's all different styles. There's one with the American flag, but what they are is here's your battery, and they go over top of the leads here. That one's not gonna go on. They go over top of the ends, the lead, or whatever you want to call it, and it's actually a nice way to know your batteries are charged, and it keeps it safe when you're traveling around. You don't want any, like, you could have a freaking screwdriver or something short out, and next thing you know, you have a problem. So so I'm gonna try to wrap this safety thing up. I was trying to keep this a short video, just a simple way to use a LiPo balance charger and all that. But I just wanted to just tell you, use some caution. I'll tell you a personal anecdote of mine. I had one of these exact same chargers in my old work room, and I think I left it like just like this. I had this other battery charger sitting real close to it, which you should kind of spread this stuff out when you're charging it. And I had my battery sitting like right about there, you know, right there. And I went up to get a drink or something, and I came back and it was just smoked. You know, just the whole room was smoked, and this was all incinerated. I don't know if you can see it there, but see, it melted the entire side of that. Thank God it didn't go any further than that, or, you know, my shed would have gone up. But yeah, you just want to use caution when you're using them. It helps to kind of spread them out. If you have more than one charger, keep them spread out, keep them on a fireproof. This is fire rated plywood once again. You can also use like sheetrock. That's actually, you're not going to burn sheetrock. I've tried. I've seriously taken a blowtorch, whatever. You might ignite the first layer, but that gypsum is not going to light on fire anytime soon, unless you get it to like super hot. And by the time that battery goes up, if there's nothing around it to incinerate, it's not going to go any further than that. In fact, I think that's what it was on in my shop. It was on a piece of sheetrock. And you know, there's just a like a black mark on the sheetrock, and the sheetrock was perfectly fine. But here's what I have where I put my batteries. I'm gonna pan up here, and it's just a metal shelf. I don't know if you can see it. It's labeled, but it's metal. Everything's metal. If any of these go up, they're kind of going to be contained. It's almost like an apartment complex, how each one is a concrete layer, and it'll be contained. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's all metal, all stainless steel, I think. But nothing, if it burns, it's going to be contained into those cells, basically. And it's, I mean, that's another thing. You kind of see, I have all these tight together. It'd almost be better if you have them kind of like staggered. So if one goes up, it might not ignite them all, you know. Just use some caution, use some common sense. Get a metal box or a lipo bag, and you'll be fine. But okay, hopefully I didn't scare too many people off. But here's the tutorial on how to use a balance charger, just to basically charge a battery, which really you're going to be balancing a battery, because I mean you can do 1S charging with this. Actually, I'm going to talk about that for a second too. This is the ToolkitRC IMAX B6. It's one of the most common chargers. You can get it for like 20 to 50 bucks. I have one over here that I've had for 10, 15 years now. I mean, it's an oldie, but it works. And I mean, I've had them where the resistors burn out of them. You can replace the resistors for like a couple bucks. But yeah, they're great chargers for what they are. You might get shit because it doesn't put out 400 watts or 1,000 watts like the ones nowadays. But I mean, honestly, you'll be fine with something like this, just to get you started charging a couple batteries. I mean, eventually you can be crazy like me and have like fancy ones with the touch screen and all that dual charging. But in any case, I'm just gonna do a basic run through of how this works, and just the basics on how to balance charge a battery. Alright, I'm gonna put you in the holder here, and I'm gonna go over some stuff. So when you charge your battery, you have your balance plug on the battery. That's what this white plug is. It helps this charger talk to the battery. It basically lets it go from cell to cell and charge each of the cells individually, versus if you like the older style NiCad batteries, you could just charge them through the main, you know, lead. But with the way lithium batteries are designed, they can't charge in series like that. So you have to use a balance charger. This is a 4S plug. It has 5. I guess you could say you just add 1 pin. So a 2S is actually 3 pins, a 3S is 4, 4S 5, 5S 6, whatever. Usually it's marked sometimes on these. This one isn't, but you can just find the one on the side of the charger that is 4S. There it is. Plug that in, and then you plug in the main. And in your charger, you're going to see a couple different settings. There's LiPo charge, balance, fast charge, storage charge, discharge, and back to charge again. So the charge is going to be more for like 1S batteries, or it's just kind of in there because it works for the NiCad batteries and the lead acid batteries and stuff like that. You're going to want balance. If you're charging more than one cell, you're going to want to balance it. Fast charge, I believe it balances, but it's kind of a more risky way to do it. It charges at a faster rate. I'm not actually sure what it does because it's charging at the same amperage, but I think it charges faster somehow. Maybe the way it pulses, or I don't know. To be honest with you, I never really use it. I just use the old slow charging. I feel like slower is the better way to do it. There's also LiPo storage, which is a whole nother topic.